Hi, I'm Beck and Food's My Life. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make one of my all-time favourite cakes, and it's coming right up. So you know how sometimes you just want to make a cake that's a little bit different. You might have some friends coming around for afternoon tea and you want to be a little bit fancy, you don't want to do the same old thing. So that's when I make my spiced pear and treacle cake. This cake is a little bit special. It's a little bit indulgent and a little bit different, and that's why I love to serve it. Every time I have, my guests have been super impressed and they really enjoy the flavours. I'm not gonna lie, this cake is stack full of sugar, dark sugars. So we're looking at treacle, golden syrup, and of course, rich dark brown sugar. And together, these flavors with the butter, it's just so caramelly and rich, and it's just divine. And it may sound a little bit fancy, but it's really a cinch to make. So let me show you how. Okay, now the first thing I've done is I've just put my oven on to 160 degrees Celsius. And while that's preheating, we're going to start at the stove. So I'm just going to pop my fire on low, and in my saucepan I have some butter. Now to this we're going to add our brown sugar, golden syrup, our treacle, and a little bit of milk. Okay, now we are going to mix this all together for about 4 minutes on the stove top, and it's really just until that sugar dissolves. Okay, so now that I've melted that butter and sugar mixture, I'm going to carefully pour it into my mixing bowl now, and I'm going to leave it here for about 15 minutes just to cool slightly. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for this to cool down, I have lined a 22 centimetre cake tin that I'm going to use later on. And now I'm going to move on to the pear aspect of this recipe. I'm going to take 3 pears, I'm going to peel them and slice them in half. Now I like to use Burbosh pears, you can use any pears, but whenever I'm cooking, I generally buy the Burbosh pears. Okay, back to my cake mixture now. I have some eggs here and I'm just giving them a light whisk. And now I'm going to add this mixture into our butter and sugars. And I'm going to use an electric beater to combine these together. Okay, so once that egg is incorporated into that butter mixture, now we're going to use a sieve to add to this some plain flour, some baking soda, and now I have the spices. So in this little dish I've got some ground ginger, some mixed spice, and some cinnamon. So I'm going to add all of those in and sift them into the mix. And now using my spatula, just folding those ingredients together. We're going to take those pears and we're going to arrange them on the bottom of our cake tin. There you go. So I've just chosen to do a bit of a star sort of pattern there in the bottom. Honestly, the hardest part making this whole cake is the next step. When we put our cake batter in, we don't want to do it too fast because we don't want that cake batter to bring those pears floating up to the top. We'd love our pears to stay on the bottom. So sometimes what I do is I just get a ladle and I ladle in the cake mixture at the start, so that I'm not doing it too hard and fast to bring those pears up. Okay, I think with a bit of luck, my pears won't be floating. All right, I'm gonna pop this in my preheated oven now. It's 160 degrees. I'm gonna bake this for about 1 hour or until a skewer inserted comes out clean. This smells incredible, guys. I really wish you could smell this. It is just beautiful. My whole house smells amazing. It's just come out of the oven. It's been about 15 minutes out of the oven now, so it's still quite warm. And it's time for me to take this out of the tin and turn it over onto a nice round big flat plate. Then I'm going to peel that top layer of baking paper off to reveal the top of the cake. So fingers crossed, let's hope this works out. Okay, I've just turned the cake over. Now it's time for the big reveal. See if those pieces of pear stayed on the bottom of the tin, and it looks like they have. It's still so hot. Now would be a great time to eat this cake. Oh wow. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it from there, but you can see the pieces of pear that they've separated slightly, but it's good. It's good that we can see the pear from the top of the cake. I can't tell you how good this smells. The steam is still rising, and like I said earlier, the best way to serve this cake is to serve it warm, maybe with another little extra drizzle of golden syrup if you're feeling rather decadent, and maybe some thickened cream on the side, some chantilly cream, or just a dollop of double cream perhaps. Such a treat, let me tell you. Now, should I do a taste test? I really shouldn't. I should probably wait until my guests come, but I might do a little piece. All right, just a sneaky little piece, because, you know, a cook's got to taste what they make, right? Okay, so I don't have any fruit, but let me taste the cake. Oh, that's beautiful. The level of spice in this cake is just right. Not too much, not too little. That beautiful hit of cinnamon. Oh, that's so good. You know, this would even be really good with custard. It's just so versatile. You could have it as a dessert. Sort of, instead of a sticky date, you could do this cake for something different. Especially while pears are in season. Do it. Do yourselves a favour. I'm going to end this video now so I can finish my cake with a nice cup of tea. So if you want to have a go at making my spiced pear and treacle cake, all you need to do is check out the description box below, because there you're going to find a link to my website. Once you're there, you can just scroll through, browse through my recipes, and you can find it in my cakes section. And the recipe is just $1. Pay by credit card or PayPal. It's that easy. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please do, because that way you'll always get a little notification every time I do something new. I'll see you next time.